What's today's date? The 22nd, right?
I believe so, right?
21st.
21st?
March 21st. Wow.
March 21st, all right.
All right.
Hello, everyone. This is Dave Alonzo with Gem State Realty and the Alonzo team. I'm sitting here with Robert Alonzo, and we're joined today with a lender right here in Twin Falls, Luis Valadez. He is with Cornerstone Lending. You can reach him at Luis. What do we have here?
It is 208.
Yes, I'm sorry.
You're okay.
Lendingwithluis.com. That's the great way to reach him.
Yep.
And, so anyhow, Luis?
Yes, so thank you guys for having me. And you can reach me at 208-724-7593 or my email, which is luis@lendingwithluis.com.
Perfect. So the reason we have Luis here is I know there's a lot of folks out there that have some questions. How do you get started? And what's the process and so forth? So that brings us to the first question. Luis, how does someone get started in the buying process?
It's $1 million question, right? Everyone always wants to know,
Yeah.
how do I get started? I think the number one way to get started is to reach out to people that you trust in the industry, like you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Usually a lot of people tend to start with realtors, and you guys point your buyers in the right direction. You kind of are that guide that gives them that hope, hey, I'm going to set you up with a great lender. Whether that's myself or if it's a good fit for someone else, send them that way, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that's the key is to get started, get with the right team. I love working with these guys. They're awesome. Having the right team creates just a smooth transaction, whether you're ready to start right away or whether we need to put a plan together and you're ready to go in a couple months, a year, whatever the case is. Finding the right team, to me, is the key to get started.
Yeah, that sounds fantastic. So you just said something. You said if you are not ready to buy right now, but you're looking forward to it, do you come across a lot of folks who are they have the desire to buy, but don't quite have enough credit or have had a few bruises and bumps in their credit history? Can you help them through that process?
I certainly can.
Oh, great.
So one thing I love about my company is that I have what's called the credit simulator. With that credit simulator, I can know exactly what you need to do to get your credit up. So say you're only 10 points shy of where we need to have you at. That might be as simple as paying down a credit card and getting you to that last final hurdle. Or if you're out 6 months to a year, I've been working with folks and they're out a year and a half. And if they do exactly what I tell them, a year later, a year and a half later, when that time comes, if they do exactly that, they're ready to buy.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So that means you have a path that's already predetermined that helps them get to the success of home ownership.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
And how about for somebody who's like me, young?
Yeah.
Because, I'm 19 currently, as of 2023. And how do I start building my credit?
The number one thing is knowing exactly how credit works. But I would recommend, the way I would do it is I would recommend you to get a credit card. With that, building good habits. I always tell people, you get a credit card, people want to max it out. You want to buy whatever it is, shoes, you want to take your girlfriend out to a nice dinner, all the fancy stuff, but don't use it that way. Use it and buy things that you normally would buy. And with that, build your credit. Don't exceed, ideally, 30% of your limit. That's usually what's going to get you the best credit score. But do that if you want to apply for an auto loan, things like that. Those will help you. Obviously, when you're ready to take that next leap, having as little debt as possible is going to help you qualify for a little bit more of a house payment or a mortgage.
That makes very good sense. So how much money do people need for a down payment? I'm sure you get that question often.
I do get that a lot. With that, there's a few different programs and they require a few different, I guess, amounts. There's two that currently you can get in with as little as no money down, and that's an RD loan or a VA loan. So you don't need money down necessarily. Now, if you're looking at conventional, that's about 3%. If you're a first-time home buyer, if you're a second-time home buyer, that's 5%. Now, on an FHA loan, that's 3.5%.
Yeah, with that being said, as the realtor, if I'm helping a buyer in the process, I can help you get some money contributed to you from the seller to be able to help with your closing costs.
Which is awesome because that's not always been the case, right?
Right.
What was the market doing about a year ago?
A year and a half ago, sellers were just not going to entertain anything like that at all.
Yeah.
So now it's switched a little bit, and it's kind of a fair playing field. And I think it's a really good time to buy, where you have plenty of inventory and the prices are steady and they're not going to drop. I don't think they're going to drop in Twin Falls. I don't have a crystal ball, so don't quote me on that. But I don't believe that they're going to drop like they are in some of the larger cities that are. We're so agriculturally based that I don't think you can stop or prevent our economy from adjusting too much to what happens, like let's say coastal cities and so forth,
or even tech sectors. I've heard tech sectors are really taking a big hit, and we don't really have that here. So we're in a bubble that's kind of protected.
Yeah.
I do want to say that, yes, this is talking about 2023.
March.
And March 2023, and we are discussing about everything that happened 2020 and then till now.
Yeah.
So
what we're sharing with you is what his programs are available to him, and they can change, and they always change.
Yep.
It is cyclical, so sometimes rates are higher, sometimes rates are lower, sometimes home prices are higher, sometimes they're lower. All those things being said, I still think that the best time to buy a home is the same as planting a tree, now or 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I have another question for you. What about credit? What credit score do people need to have? You talked earlier about how you can help people get on the right path to home ownership by helping them improve their credit score or their standings right now, and getting them down the path to do that. What is the goal? What are we trying to get to in a score?
So, like I said, there's a few different programs that require or have different requirements. With that, I usually tell people 580 or above. 580 is usually the basis. Ideally, if we can get you up to a 620, that's going to open up a lot more doors. The higher your score, the better you are, and the more programs that are going to be available. Now, if we're talking conventional, which is one of the better loans out there, I usually tell people 680 or above will get you that. There's different factors that play into that, like if you have your own down payment, all of that. But ideally, I like to say 620. If we can get you to 620 or above, that's going to be your best bet. And the reason why, it'll lead us to the next question, but with that, more programs are available, such as down payment assistance, all of that fun stuff. So, yep.
Yeah. So that being said, I know I've come across a lot of people who think that their credit score is lower than it really is, but they don't know it. We don't pull our credit on a daily basis, and we're not looking at it, which I'm the opposite of that. I look at mine all the time. But I was going to say that sometimes folks will approach me and say, "I wish I could buy a home," and it's like, well, in that case, let me get you lined up with the right lender. In this case, Luis can help you pull your credit, take a look at where you are, and if you're ready to move forward, he can be your guiding path down the financial side, and you and I can start shopping. Robert, you and I can start shopping for the perfect home for you. What fits your needs now in life. I know that changes over time. Young families, they have one or two children, and a 3-bedroom, maybe a 4-bedroom house. But what if there's some changes in life? We all have had changes in our lives, and in over 7 to 10 years' time, there is a change, a huge change. And so, so it's nice to know where we're at, and that you can pull their credit and take a look and guide them down that path.
It definitely is, and like you were saying earlier, I think that holds true. Starting now, if you don't know where your credit is, I always tell people, if you're on the fence of even thinking about buying a home, apply now, because then at least we know where you're at and what we need to do to get you there and put you on that plan. So I always tell people, know what your credit is at. If you don't, just apply, see where you're at, and I can help you from there. So that's a really good start.
So what credit score would you need to get a home loan?
With that would be the 580.
Yeah.
The 580 to the 620. So ideally, we can get you up to a 620. That is awesome. That is my goal. I'll strive to get you there. I'll put you on a plan. From there, it'll open up a lot of doors, such as down payment assistance. Now, if you want to get into a conventional loan, you're talking 680 or above.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. You have any other questions at this point? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have anything else you'd like to share?
I don't. I just, like I said, I love working with Dave and Robert. So get a hold of any one of us, all three of us. We're happy to help you through the home buying process. Our goal is to make it as easy, as smooth of a transaction as we can. Whether that's buying, selling, refinancing, we can do all the above.
Right.
So just get a hold of us. We'd love to help you guys out in any way that we can, even if it's giving you tips, advice, whatever the case is.
Mm-hmm. So we do this every day. I understand most of you watching this video right now do not have really, some of you are new home buyers and have not gone down this path before. Some of you have purchased 1 or 2 homes in the past, but you don't do it every day. And so we lean on Luis to find out what banking is doing today. And what if there are programs out there that can help us or be beneficial to us today. And so that being said, we're looking forward to helping you. You'll have our information on the links down below here, and we thank you again for tuning in to our little brief conversation that we had today. And give us a call. We're just some people right here in Twin Falls. We're your neighbors, and we're here to take care of you, and we mean the best for you, okay?
And we're local. We know the market. We know what things are doing. I know what things are doing on the lending side. You guys know what things are doing on the real estate side.
Betcha.
And they change from day to day, month to month, year to year. So anytime you have any questions, reach out to us. We're happy to help.
Okay, thank you very much. Anything else, Robert?
No, I don't think I have any more questions.
All right,
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. All right, see you on the next one.